which has become the name of this town. The Portuguese also call this place Aldeia. In their language, it means village, Aldeia. It has been corrupted to Edina. The typical name over here is Anomansa, in Sonoma Ensa, or inexhaustible water. In 1471, the Portuguese first arrived over here, and the castle was built in 1482. The main idea was that they wanted a place to settle and do their business. The rooms on the ground floor, all round, were used as storerooms. Later, the Portuguese shifted their attention from goods to human trade. The storerooms were being converted to dungeons where slaves or captives were being kept awaiting for shipment. This castle is talking about 1,000 slaves at a time, about 600 men, about 400 women. At times, the number could be more. On the 29th August 1637, the Dutch took over the castle. They fought the Portuguese with the help of the locals. In 1872, the Dutch gave out the castle to the English. They swapped. They went for land in Sumatra, Indonesia. In this castle, only the Portuguese and the Dutch used this place for slavery activities. As for the English, they escaped this castle. In 1948, the place was used as a police training school. They were here till the time they had their independence, and they moved out peacefully. As of now, the castle is 535 years. This is the biggest and the oldest castle in the whole of West Africa in terms of transatlantic slave trade. The sliding wall over there is a similar one at that side. You have some at the back of the castle. They are called buttresses. This is strengthening the walls of the castle. In 1948, when this place was used as a police training school, the policemen were climbing the iron bars up and down for exercise, for training, just to build their muscles. Later, they moved them to Windy Bay, now called Winneba. Windy Bay. There are two separate cells over there. With the exception of those two cells, about 600 male slaves were spread out here. On top, rooms for the pastors, the soldiers, and the merchants, all around. Above the deputy governor, the last one, the governor himself. It was our reign. Right over there used to be a church. For the Portuguese, they were Catholics. The first Catholic church in Ghana, or Gold Coast. When the Dutch came, they were Protestants. The Dutch removed the Catholic tower out. They divided the church into two, and the first one was used as their US slave. They were eating and drinking at the top. The down one as trade auction room, buying and selling of slaves, the place over there. Later on, the same place was used as a now museum. From a church, trade auction, classroom, and museum. Of course, the Dutch were Christian. They went on top of the female slave days. Where they go to for Dutch Reformed Church. Okay, please, any question? Okay, then let me ask you this question. How do you think the slaves were obtained? How were they acquiring the slaves in this castle? Any idea?
The chiefs. From the chiefs.
And through some middlemen.
Yeah, those who are here. Any ideas? But before the Europeans came, the Africans were having their own system of slavery. That's a domestic type of slavery, or commonly known as the indentured slavery. It was like a free man. A person had to pursue his own property, marry and give birth. With the introduction of the chattel slavery, the forces and the guards by the Europeans was different altogether. Slavery in this castle became legal business over here. During the tribal wars, the weaker tribes sold out as slaves or captives from wars. Criminals, thieves, debtors were sold out as slaves. Some people were kidnapped or captured by the Europeans. Some chiefs were influenced, they were entitled to exchange some of their servants for European goods, liquor, mirror, brass, etc., butter trade, and silent trade. We have some ratings over there. Please, let's try to read. The ratings here is in Old Dutch. It was placed there to remember a Dutch governor called Tets. He was the last Director General of the Dutch West Indies Company from Zeeland. Zeeland is one of the provinces in Netherlands. The governor presided over from the north and south coast of Africa. He just arrived here on the 16th of January 1758. He died in the same year, 12 March, at the age of 41. He was buried down here, this place. He might die through malaria or yellow fever. Because they term the coastline of West Africa as the white man's grave. Only men raise themselves come to this place without their families. There was a priest called A. Amdracy. He wrote this in the form of tributes. All that he was trying to say was that the governor was a good man and a God-fearing. Good man and a God-fearing at the time of slavery. So I think only the pastor can explain this one. Yeah. the priest came from Predicant Viera, a served in Zeeland, a town in Zeeland. Now we are moving to a female section.
We are moving to the female
I used to take